Welcome to part 41 of Final Fantasy 15. Now we are heading over to the Malmon Thicket. And the reason why we are doing this is because of the fact that everybody wanted to stop here to go to the Malmon Thicket because there is a Kingsword there. Now, normally, this would have been a place you could easily avoid and come back to later, because you wouldn't be at strong and you probably would have skipped through most of the quest. But seeing as how I'm at level 42 and well, with Noctis and everybody else is at level 41, we can probably take this dungeon no problem. Now if only I actually can go the right way, that is, which I probably was going the wrong way. I just didn't know it. Anyway, this is going to be one of those dungeons where you're going to be fighting through a majority of it, but also you'll find a resting spot there. And I do believe that this one has a vault too. I'm not sure, just correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yes, this one too has a vault. Yeah, when I do get around to the vaults, those are all gonna be streamed, if I can actually pull that off. But once I finish the initial playthrough and all of the side quests, I'm gonna put the vaults on hold and actually find a time to stream those. Because the vaults in and of themselves is basically a one-way in, and it's pretty darn hard for most of them, especially the Castle Mark vault. So I was planning on streaming those on Twitch, or possibly do it to where I could actually have a straight shot without the actual DVR screwing up in the process.
Let's go.
I'll try to figure out what to do with those, because if I manage to actually fight the vaults with the DVR, I may be able to get some of it, and then all of a sudden it'll cut off and it'll just take way too long, and it'll just have I'll just have multiple parts of just one vault at a time. And even though I can record up to 15 recordings thanks to the new update in Upload Studio, it's still 10 minutes of recording. So I'm practically to be there for possibly 2 hours, if not 3. And that's per each vault, depending on how well I do with the vault, and also with Castle Mark indefinitely. So I would probably stream that. Sorry about that. I had a little indigestion in there. But with that said, we'll worry about the Malmon Thicket first. And the Malmon Thicket, we would have to come back here later. As a matter of fact, I do believe that the Malmon Thicket is where we found the sapphire, if I'm not mistaken. Oh wait, no, we didn't. But we do have to come here for
Yeah, you look cool doing it.
what's his name? Oh god, I can't believe I forgot it already. It's Dino. Never mind. Now I'll remember. Yeah, Dino has a mission here, so eventually we'll have to come back to Malmon Thicket. But we had to discover the place first. So once we go to the Vesper Pool, we'll have to come back here and get the the mineral that just so happens to be here. But while we're fighting, there is these mandrakes, which is kicking my ass right now, surprisingly. It is pretty easy, don't get me wrong. That's because I'm making way too many mistakes and I got confused. Thank you, Bioblaster. But the mandrakes, they are hard-hitting monsters at their level, but they also tend to confuse people, and I just got myself a new longsword. Okay, let me go on ahead and equip that. That'll probably make this stage a hell of a lot easier than what it already is. But the only thing you need to worry about with mandrakes is if they actually confuse your party members, because then you'll probably be fighting your own party members. And speaking of which, this is actually the first dungeon that Iris is fighting with us. Now, thing about that is, Iris has a move that if she... Well, it will actually use up maybe one tech, but she will... Oh, by the way, a new recipe, because there's mushrooms over here, or moushrooms I should say, that is over here, and you might want to pick these up, because that is for a 3 mushroom kebab. Those small mushrooms, that's what they are. But as I was saying, Iris does have a tech attack where she will call on Gladio, if he's still alive, to do a combination attack to take down an enemy, and Noctis could follow it up with an attack. And as you already could see, Iris has very low HP, so she would more than likely be easily knocked down. But one thing is clear, Iris will try to heal you whenever she can. Now, why am I going the wrong way with that? I thought I actually was targeting the B with that blindside link, but I guess not. And of course I am confused. But that's okay, oh well, I just killed off a wasp. That's good. Where are you aiming, you fool? Oh wait, it's still alive. Never mind. There we go. Yeah, that could have ended better.
Hey, okay. What about you, Noct?
All good over here.
Alright. And shield shears. I do believe these were over at the Greyshire Glacial Grotto, at least at the front door of it.
Here you go, Noct.
And Iris, as you just saw, just healed me after I took severe damage from that shield shear. There are more things here, and I don't think there are any demons in this cave. I think this is the first one, other than... well, the first storyline one that doesn't have any demons even at night. But I'm not going to take that chance. After all, I did get wrecked by a couple of demons 2 parts ago. And yeah, that was not fun. Not fun at all. And we could come here to camp. And I paused this because this was actually at the 10-minute mark. So, or should I say it was the 8-minute mark, and I didn't want to really start off with us at the camp. So, or at least start off with us, like, picking me some kind of food or something of that nature. So, I just decided to use the remaining 10 minutes to try to finish off this area. And there is like another dungeon later on that you could actually go fishing in. I do believe it's the Vesper Pool, I'm not sure. No, I think it's a different dungeon. But it's around the area of the Vesper Pool, and
don't think we can go any further down without winding up at the bottom.
well, that area is a drop-off, I guess.
Oh man, my underwear's so...
And I think this may be where the vault is. No, wait, no, I think that's a dead end. Never mind, I thought that was a vault. Because normally the vault is right near the king's door. So I'm guessing this one doesn't have one. This is a really pretty area, don't get me wrong. This game is gorgeous, I will say that. But sometimes the map layouts can be pretty confusing. And the only reason it's confusing is because of the fact that you're used to trying to find out where all the items are or where all the energy outputs are, so you can draw magic from them. And yeah, some people may call me a hypocrite because I thought that Final Fantasy VIII's draw system was annoying as opposed to this one where you're only drawing 3 types of magic. Well, I'm not really a hypocrite. I'm just saying the drawing system in 8 could have been better. The whole system in general could have been better. But 8 wasn't necessarily a bad game. Oh, and I'm also showing off Iris' special move, which, god damn, look how much damage that girl did to that shield shear. She actually did a critical hit by drop kicking the thing. Ah, there's one more over here. But as I was saying, think about it, Final Fantasy VIII was your whole entire stats, your fighting abilities, and basically how you were going to get through the game, all depending on how much you drew. The difference from this game is you're just drawing magic, and magic does help you, but it's not the core basis of your stats. Your stats is based off of ascension points and stuff of that nature.
Nothing to worry about with you guys around.
That's why 8, I had like an annoying time with that system, because some of my characters could have been will be over leveled. I mean, even with their level, they could be over level, and once you get all the magic for them and add it to their stats, they'll just pretty much break the entirety of the game, and then they get their ultimate weapons. That makes things even worse. I mean, they do have ultimate weapons in this game too for all the characters, but you don't have to go through such elaborate things to get them. With 8 you do, meaning you have to beat up certain enemies, mug enemies, steal enemies, or in the PC version go to Chocobo World, and that's what I did on the PC version. And yeah, that's pretty much why people hated that one, because I paid so many visits to Chocobo World. I also had the PlayStation 1 version of the game too, and I can assure you that, yeah, if you had a PlayStation Pocket, and also, not a PlayStation Pocket, but a PlayStation port of Chocobo World. No, I'm right, a PlayStation Pocket, and you have Chocobo World in there, and you could just play that, and it'll work with the North American version of Final Fantasy VIII. You still get the same results, although you won't be able to do as much as you did in the PC version still. The thing of the matter is, anything to make your experience with 8 a lot easier. But here in this game, it is easy. I mean, the hardest challenge again is the vaults. And speaking of vaults, or should I say going near the boss doors, here's our boss, Bandersnatch. What can I say about Bandersnatch? He is a pretty big monster, and I don't think cold is a thing you should use against him. But if you have a full armature bar, by all means use it. That'll build up your tech meter as you go along, and you might want to save your tech meter because, as you saw earlier, Iris' attack is pretty damn strong. And make sure you dodge all of his stomps because it is at level 39, and it is a very powerful enemy, and I actually got stomped by that thing. But it's okay though, Iris can finish it off. And just like that, she did already stun that thing and just kicked its ass. Believe me, Iris could break just this fight right here. However, I don't know if they're going to have any more episodes other than Ignis later on in the year. And if they do, they probably will have RNA, as they've already voted for RNA, or probably Core, one of the two. I hope they have an episode Iris, because Iris just pretty much broke this entire fight. And now, let's hit the jackpot. We finally got ourselves yet another Kingsword. And let's get it.
Feels good to get it done.
Yeah, almost made
And
it.
of course, Malmon Thicket is officially done. Our only business here next time would be to come back here and recover an ore for Dino. Otherwise, I do believe this is a good stopping point, because in the next episode of Final Fantasy 15, we're going to have to continue on to Kayam. But first, let us go over to the entrance of the Malmon Thicket. And the only way to do that is to get away from the boss door and go into the map and return to entrance. But yes, next time we come here, next episode, sorry, we're going to be going to Cape Kayam, and it will probably be a long ride, let alone a long walk. Or should I say, chocobo ride. Thankfully, we got out of there in the daytime and not at night. Again, don't want to be beat up by demons again. So as we walk down the aisle and walk down the path, I need to show you guys something, because eventually we'll be coming here too, because again, I know this would be a good stopping point, but at least I want to show you this before we go. It's this area right here. We're going to have to stop here eventually, because this is also part of Dave's side quest. This lady right here, she is a potion holder here in the Malmon Thicket, or at least outside of the Malmon Thicket. But if you beat all of Dave's side quests, she's the one that gives you the keys to the vault. So, be prepared to see her later on. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I will call it a part for real this time. And again, see you guys next time in part 42 of Final Fantasy 15. Also, for some strange reason, there's an Assassin Festival that just been released. So, look forward to seeing that too. See you guys next time.